downtown Charlotte, North Carolina Stadium. Just a few moments ago, was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to England Patriots. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. No gain, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Darnold on first down. And that is incomplete here. But Tommy Tremble, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Play action. It's Darnold. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Eluding the pressure right. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing Jones. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards that time. The completion there by Mac Jones. And Charles, what do you think this defense needs to do
as usual with a rookie, pass rush is big. Put some pressure on him and see if he can handle things in the pocket. But the other one is your defensive backs, linebackers who are covering people, they need to be on the spot because he's extremely accurate with the ball. He doesn't miss very many throws downfield, puts it right on his receivers. You have to be there to stop them at the point of the catch.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On second down, it's Harris. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Jones now on third down. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CB, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
He was trying to go back to Moore there. And now it's second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Faking the give, Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Darnold. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Darnold completes it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL than just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Escaping the pressure right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw. Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
And the AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on to punt for New England.
Back deep for the Panthers, DJ Moore. They'll get off a fairly short. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. To throw is Darnold.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
And Joseph Charlton and the punt team on now for the Panthers.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go,
as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground.
The former Cardinal Hassan Reddick in on the tackle.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain. On 2nd and 7, Jones.
And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Jones. A final shot before break. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he will have a Patriots first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Jones to throw on third down. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold.
And he will find the rookie from LSU, Terrace Marshall.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown, Patriots. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And this is caught. He hits more. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a 1st down here. Tell you what, he's
he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
McCaffrey on the toss right. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Darnold. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. They go play action here on first down. This is Smith with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. And caught by Henry. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. To throw is Jones. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Jones. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught.
For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Here's Jones. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Jones. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Carolina, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.